When you're coaching and you're coaching Final Four game, are you focusing on your surroundings to get to the final game? Are you saying we're happy to be here and that you're focused only on the one game? How do you take away the distraction? That's something when I was running a team that was so important, trying to get the players not to be distracted by ticket requests, by family being around, by all of the hoopla around it. What do you do? Because these are kids, even though we don't treat them that way.
Well, first of all, they're no longer kids. They're very wealthy employees. I mean, NIL's not NIL, it's pay for play. These collectives are out of control. But having said that, Terry Holland, when I was an assistant coach of Virginia in '84, Terry, I remember him. First of all, you take care of all the ticket requests and family situations well in advance. Before you get on that plane to get to Phoenix, that's taken care of. You'll give a little bit of family time, but it's routine. The biggest thing is the day of the game. I still remember this as vividly as possible. I'm sitting there in the locker room. I actually had that scout. I gave the scout report, and then Coach Holland steps up. Said, we final words, and he said, "It's not enough to get here." He said, "You'll never hurt more than you've hurt in your life after a game. That if we walk in this locker room at the end of the game, and we know we didn't do everything humanly possible to have a chance to win this game, it's an empty feeling walking off that court, not getting a chance to play again and playing the championship game." And it was the first time, I'm sitting there and I'm going here we're in the Final Four. It's a great accomplishment. We were similar. I don't know what seed we were. I mean, we lost in the first round of the ACC tournament. We weren't very good. We had Othell Wilson, Tom Sheehy, Olden Polynice, Jimmy Miller, a really good team. Rick Carlisle actually was on that team, coach of the Pacers. And at that moment, it hit me. You're walking out that door, the Final Four practice with 40,000 people there. That's great. The police escort when you land, that's great. But we're here to get something done. And that's why I like Connecticut in this thing, because I go over there and watch them practice all the time. The standard's the standard. Danny Hurley is Saban-esque. He holds anyone and everyone accountable to the standard. Everything they do in practice, everything they do in film, whether it's skill work, whether it's concept work, whether it's defensive stance, whether it's closeouts, whether it's 5-on-4, 4-on-3, whether it's ODOs, which is offense, defense, offense. No matter what, there's a standard to what they're held to. And if they don't fulfill that standard, he just goes stairs.
Do you drop
and the coaches have to do this, run the stairs with the players.
Do you drop a Saban-esque often? That is quite a compliment. What other coaches have that? Izzo, Saban-esque, and similar thing about Saban worked at Michigan State. Obviously, Tom is Michigan State. I think Izzo is probably the closest one to that. Everyone coaches in their own personality. Danny coaches in his own personality, and his players love him. I sat in their film session after the Creighton loss before we did College Game Day. We did a piece on Danny, and I go up there all the time. And that was a brutal 1 hour film session. I can tell you that. I mean, the paint on the walls, gone. It was brutal. All right, and it was real, and it was honest. And he had some slides in between to kind of lighten up a little bit. At the end of the film session, he has a way to bring those guys back. Say, all right, now we're cleansed. All right, we understand. And then he was going to one of those deprivation tanks, where you lay in. It's he goes, now I'm going to go get butt naked, put my headphones on, and be at peace for an hour, and I'll be ready to go tomorrow. And those guys were laughing their asses off, jumping up and down, hugging them, high-fiving them. And I'm going, he just killed him for an hour. But he has a gift. He's real. I mean, Danny Hurley, there's nothing fake about him. You know about his journey. There's nothing fake about him. He's as real can get. He coaches them every day. He loves them up the same way. And he takes no shortcuts. When he goes to the portal for a specific reason, it was Tristan Newton a year ago. It was Cam Spencer this year. He wasn't afraid to redshirt Alex Caravan. He brought Donovan Clingan along. They've got an 8-man rotation. One guy that's probably going to be a lottery pick besides Clingan, that's Stephen Castle, a freshman who's just a lockdown defender who was not spoiled by the process. I mean, it really is. It's fun to watch. just how they do things and what they do.
Catch the Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku channel, 12 to 3 Eastern, for free.